This tiny bird killed a man. But how? Well, you see, this is an Australian magpie. And why, yes, it is found in Australia. How could you fucking tell? But despite sharing a postcode with all the other Dark Souls enemies down here, they're actually pretty chill little guys. They got no poison, they aren't hiding a mouthful of teeth, and considering they're the length of a ruler and weigh less than a kilo, they can't pick you up and fly off with you. On top of that, they're actually really intelligent and often will form bonds with people who feed them. Most of this, however, immediately gets thrown out the window during the magpie's nesting season. Or, as it is better known down under, fucking swooping season. See, because half of our wildlife would gladly turn magpies and their eggs into KFC, the second they build a nest, a switch flips in their brain and every single fibre of their being is devoted to aggressively defending the nest like they're a unit in a fucking tower defense game. Because if you step within around 50 meters of it, they will lock onto you and dive bomb you at Mach 5 and try to peck your eyes out over and over and over again until they run you off. And this behaviour is how in 2019, magpies caught a fucking manslaughter charge.
Guilty.
Yeah, one day a 76-year-old man was riding his bike through a park in Wollongong, a park that contained a magpie nest. The magpies took exception to this and started swooping him. And they swooped him so hard that he careened off course, crashed the bike, and fucking died. This spider throws its webs. Yeah, that creepy thing is an ogre-faced spider. And as with most affronts to God, yes, you can find them...
Say the line, Bart.
...in Australia.
Yeah!
And the reason it's got web slingers is its unique method of hunting. You see, most web-spinning spiders use those webs to fucking camp, spinning it between a few branches and then falling asleep waiting for a fly to clothesline itself before casually wandering over to suck its guts out like a smoothie. By contrast, ogre faces basically pull fucking trick shots, because instead of shooting that sticky white stuff all over the walls, they shoot it on their hands. See, you may have noticed that this thing is built like an 8-legged Slenderman, and that is by design, because they start a hunt by spinning a web between their forelegs. Then, they will lower themselves from a nearby branch and just kinda hang upside down in the air, doing their best stick cosplay. Then, when something makes the unfortunate mistake of getting too close, it will lunge downwards, spread its legs, wrap the bug up in a net, and then fucking yank it away into the air like it's hitting fucking Spider-Man pull-offs in Rivals.
Crack the whip!
And because this is an Australian animal, that insect burrito would not be complete without a healthy injection of venom. And then they fucking eat it. Think about how fucking scary that is from a human perspective. Walking down the street at night, some cunt hits you with a rope and you're just fucking gone. Wild sharks are taking drugs. Hey, recently, scientists in the Caribbean made quite possibly the most fucking terrifying discovery since the advent of the job application. You see, they were conducting a study on ocean pollution, and part of that study involved blood testing 28 sharks in the region. And when Shark RBT pulled 2 of Jaws' cousins over for a random test, they tested positive for cocaine. They also tested positive for caffeine and painkillers, which begs the question, how the fuck did a great white shark get great white blow? Well, no, they aren't doing a Narcos season in Bikini Bottom. No, sharks having the bloodstream of an Eshe in a nightclub is our fucking fault. You see, tourists and rich cunts absolutely love to swing their yachts into the Caribbean, throw parties, get shit-faced, and presumably fall into the water. And I don't know if you know this, but rich people do illegal shit, which is how some Wall Street banker decides he wants to partake in some nose beers, and in his excitement, knocks the rest of the devil's dandruff into the ocean. Jaws swims along, thinks it's food, and takes a bite. And thus, hey presto, Coke sharks.
First time trying a cigarette? Let's chase the buzz. I'm fucking tweaking!
Australia doesn't have the Easter Bunny. We have this thing.
Who's that Pokemon?
You see, after the first Easter Bunny was clapped by a snake 5 minutes into his Down Under egg run,
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
his replacement took one look at Australia, said, and I quote, "Fuck that," which is why we have the Easter bilby. Yes, this cute little kangaroo rat is a real animal, and he is way better suited to the job than that fuck-ass rabbit. First off, bilbies are marsupials, which means they've got a pouch for carrying around their kids like a kangaroo. But the mobile daycare also gives them extra inventory slots for Easter eggs, compared to the rabbit, who I can only assume is hiding the eggs up his fucking ass. They can also deliver you chocolate across the Australian desert without dying in the heat, because those big-ass Dumbo ears basically work as a car radiator, dissipating their body heat in order to cool them off in God's air fryer.
Goes to shit. Oh, I'm burning! I'm burning!
But most importantly, the Easter bilby is doing his part to save his species. Here's a fun fact for you. In Australia, rabbits are cunts.
You can't just jump out here.
They are an invasive species, and they fuck up the environment by mowing down all the food meant for native animals. On top of this, they break into bilby burrows and steal them. That, coupled with being hunted by invasive foxes and feral cats, mean the greater bilby is critically endangered. The real reason the Easter bilby exists is to raise awareness for this, with a chunk of the cash made from selling bilby chocolates being donated to save the species. Unlike that bunny who charges me $15 fucking for a rabbit and tells me to fuck myself.
Oh my god. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
So, in conclusion, fuck that greedy colonising rabbit, the bilby clears. This isn't a snake, it's a bug. This is the very creatively named snake-headed caterpillar, found wriggling around in South America, and the reason they're dressed up like the average Australian resident is to scare people. See, caterpillars exist for exactly one reason: to spin up a cocoon and Pokemon evolve into a moth or butterfly. Now, in order to achieve this, they need to be not fucking dead, which is a little difficult when everything under the sun is trying to eat them.
Mission failed.
Birds, wasps, spiders, frogs, you name it, they all look at a caterpillar as the world's freest meal. I mean, it's basically a sentient, slow-moving hot dog with zero escape strategy. So, how does the very hungry caterpillar avoid the very hungry everything else?
Hello.
Well, some choose camouflage, others become more toxic than a league lobby, but the snakehead chose cosplay. Well, if you want to get technical, the scientific term is mimicry. As we've established, caterpillars are weak, light work for their predators. You know what isn't light work? A fucking snake. Which is why when threatened, these little guys will force air and blood into their head, causing it to inflate. They then shake that shit in the air, perfectly mimicking a venomous snake. Whatever was about to eat them sees their free meal turn into fucking rattlesnake Jake, becomes shit scared, and runs the fuck away.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, its entire defense is just becoming a scary, wacky waving tube, man.